Hi guys, I'm a service technician here at Forney. I work with a lot of these abrasives every day. I work with our welders every day. I have a lot of experience with these, so I'm going to talk about them a little bit. Like any other metalworking or any other dangerous activity that you do, you need to use PPE to protect yourself. This is a similar PPE style as you would with welding. You're going to need your long pants, your jeans, your boots, your long shirt or your flame retardant shirt. As well as your gloves and your eye protection. The biggest difference is you don't necessarily need a welding hood. Some welding hoods do have that grind setting you can switch to, so it's nice and convenient. But if you don't have one and you're just doing a lot of cutting and grinding and stuff, or you would rather not have a heavy helmet on your head, you can always just use a face shield like this one here. It protects your face. Some of them go lower, some of them go higher. This one has a nice brow cover as well, so you're nice and protected from all of the sparks that you make from grinding and cutting with this, which is very nice. Our abrasive line really takes you from start to finish of a project. You can start with using our cutting wheels and just cut your material that you need to get down to size. You can then clean it up and prep it using these wire brushes if you need to get rust off of the material. You can use a grinding disc or a flapping disc to clean up for your weld. And then once you do weld, if you were to use stick welding or flux core welding and you need to get that slag off that weld, you can use these wire cut brushes again. Well, they're very, very good for that. And then once you get down to like the end of your project and you're ready to paint or powder coat and you want to get a nice clean surface, you can always use a flat disc again, and that will get you down to the very end of your project where you can clear coat it and have that beautiful metal show through, or get it down nice and clean and you can clear coat it and people won't even be able to tell you did weld it. To do the different types of grinding and and cutting and stuff, you'll need different types of wheels and cutting discs. The different types of them don't associate to size, so the different types really have to do with the shape of the material. So a cutting disc, for example, most cutting discs come in this type 1. You do have the type 27 as well. You're looking for that real thin edge on the side so you can cut through your material without leaving a big space in between. This is a type 1 cutting disc, as well as this big one down here. I don't know if you can see it very well, but this big one down here. So this type 1 doesn't determine what the size is. The type 1 determines the shape of it. The size is determined by, the 10-inch here or the 14-inch here, and this is going to be the tool that you use on this. So, for example, I have a 7-inch grinder and a 4.5-inch grinder here. These could both take type 1, type 27, type 28, whatever type you would need for the job you're doing, but you're going to need a 4.5-inch one here, and you're going to need a 7-inch one here. We have some other types here as well, and for different materials. This here is a grinding cup for masonry, so for tile work or for concrete even, and this is going to have this big divot in the middle here to be able to get in there and not waste the weight with that middle being filled like that. We have many different cutting, flap disc, wire wheels. We even have bench grinding wheels, and these are all covered under the abrasive line, and this is just the surface of the abrasive line. We have many, many, many other products as well. To be able to tell the difference between a cutting wheel and a grinding wheel, one really easy thing to do is a cutting wheel here. If you can see, there's kind of like a crosshatch to the grain pattern on this, and this is going to make it strong, so when you're going in at those 90-degree angles to be able to cut through that metal, this was going to hold together for you. Whereas, like say this grinding wheel here, if you look at the backside, the grain structure is more in a circle, and this is so when you go in at that angle to grind that material away, this is going to hold this grinding wheel together for you and make it safe to use.